Doctor Who. 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 Doctor Who.
Patch me through to the doctor. Now!
Well, hello out there, and welcome to Talking Pop Culture with Jake D. Doctor Who has just announced some new comic book experiences, and we are going to dive into some of the images that they offered to promo those pieces. But before we get to that, remember to like the video, share it with your friends on social media, and please, if this is your first time arriving here at the channel, do consider subscribing, as that's one of the best ways to help a newer creator like myself develop a wider reach to compete with the BBCs and Disney Pluses of the world. And now, onto the video. As a former absolutely avid fan of Doctor Who, a dedicated Whovian, I have been, well, not particularly the happiest guy in the world the past few years since Chris Chibnall took over the running of the show. We don't want to go into, in this video at least, all of the absolute awfulness that has been Seasons 11 and Season 12 of the Doctor Who series under Chibnall and starring Jodie Whittaker as the first female Doctor. However, the BBC, in its struggles, has continued to attempt to market the show, and they've just announced the release of a new comic/book type adventure featuring the first female Doctor played by Jodie Whittaker, whom we will lovingly call Dr. Karen, and the fam. I cringe every time I hear that characterization of the companions. They are the companions, and the fam is, it feels so Twilight Mom to me. I don't know any other way to describe it. But anyway, hey, Jodie and the fam are getting yet another new comic series. Let's take a look at what this thing looks like, shall we? Well, here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the new artwork for the new kids series of comics for Doctor Who, and it is featured to be purchased on Amazon, and you can get it in a Kindle edition, you can get it in a paper edition. This is, we have different authors on these books, but they're all illustrated, it would appear, by a Robert Boyden. And the description of this new series is that the Doctor and her friends find themselves in terrible danger in a psychic forest and discover a threat as old as time itself, in the first of 4 linked adventures for Team TARDIS, written in the form of a diary with entries from Ryan, Graham, and Yaz, and illustrated throughout. This new series is perfect for young fans of Doctor Who. And that's our description of the first entry, known as Paper Moon, followed up by Ghost Town, in where something has gone wrong with time, and the Doctor, alongside her friends Yaz, Ryan, and Graham, is determined to investigate. The trail leads to a dusty mining town at Halloween, and something scary is lying in wait. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Jake, why are you getting so worked up over this? It's a kid's book. It's supposed to be for the little ones and what have you. Well, why am I getting worked up for it? Because it is emblematic of the horrible mismanagement of the Chibnall era of Doctor Who. When I was reading those descriptions to you, you might have said to yourself, hey, you know what? That sounds a little bit familiar. The Doctor and her friends find themselves in terrible danger in a psychic forest. That's funny. I seem to remember a story somewhat like that, starring the great Peter Capaldi.
Flame. Proof. Forest. 1,000 atom bombs in one hut. I am Dr. Idiot.
Yeah, I don't know about you, But I, for one, am getting some pretty serious vibes that this is really just a rehash of that Capaldi story in some way, shape, or form. Or at least it's riffing on the same basic ideas. But let's take a look at the Ghost Town volume. Wow, something's gone wrong with time. Man, that one rings a bell too.
What happened to time? A woman.
Better be careful, Matt. They may try to cancel you for that one, but yet again, it is a story thrust that we have heard before. But not only that, they've blended the Wedding of Rivers song with yet another Matt Smith classic.
Anachronistic electricity, keep out signs, aggressive stares. Has someone been peeking at my Christmas list? Doctor?
Oh yes, A Town Called Mercy, one of my favorites from the Smith era. Lots of fun that episode, but once again, it seems to have been pulled from by the Chibnall regime in order to create their unoriginal stories that appeal to very, very few people out there outside of the Raylos. And let me tell you what, Raylos are weird. All right. So they've ripped off the stories and they've yet again presented something that's totally unoriginal and not particularly interesting. But why, again, am I getting worked up about a children's story? Well, there's more about this that really bothers me to my core. And that is that when you take a look at this, the art even on these covers is just particularly unappealing to me. Looking at that face that they've put onto the Jodie Doctor, it just, it just screams lazy art and just untalented presentation. Now look, I get that you don't necessarily need something that's particularly the most sophisticated in order to entertain a young children's audience, but you also don't need to insult those kids. When I was a young man, when I was watching cartoons, when I was reading comic books, I did expect a reasonably high quality of artwork, and what we're seeing here is completely normal for anything coming out of the BBC Doctor Who related today. And that is simply low effort and low quality entertainment. But you know what? Let's not stop there. Let's take another look at some purported artwork for Doctor Who comics that have come out just within the past few months. What on God's green earth is this? Look, this one's not even aimed at the little bitty kids. This is a regular Doctor Who comic, which is truly intended to be for people of all ages. And I cannot stop cringing at this artwork. I'm sorry, but this is just truly awful. There is nothing about this that is appealing. There is nothing about this that shows any particular skill in artwork. I'm an awful artist, and I could produce a better cover image than this. This is typical BBC trash. It's typical low effort, absolute disrespect to the fandom. But let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, this is what Doctor Who is today. And I, for one, can't support this. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the garbage tier of content that the BBC thinks that we really want to spend our money on. Well, I've got news for you, BBC. I'm not going to be spending $7 on these Team TARDIS Diaries Volume 1, Volume 2, or the future Volumes 3 and 4, because this is just garbage-level content. I do not have any interest in the first female Doctor played by Jodie Whittaker, whom we will lovingly call Dr. Karen, revisiting stories from the past that were told better previously. I mean, end of the day, it's just not working. Sometime, soon, you're gonna have to understand that you need to produce quality content if you want to make any money from me or a lot of the other Who fans who have checked out over the years. Now, thank you for making it this far to the end of the video. If you liked it, please do remember to hit the thumbs up on the video, share it with your friends on social media, and again, if this is your first time encountering the channel, please do consider subscribing. I do hope that I have earned that bell ring from you today. Until the next time, R.I.P. Doctor Who, and long live the Phantom Menace.